do not get concerned about all of the mathematics on this page. Okay, I've color coded the explanation of um, determining the distance, so to speak, from a particular star. This one is Proxima Centauri, which is the closest star. Just things that you need to know that might help you to know. For example, a parasec. A parasec is 3.26 light years. And when you're computing the distance or time of travel to a particular star, you would want to determine what the parasec is. For example, is it 5 parasec? All right, that would mean that it's well over 15, 16 light years away. All right, so what this graph here is simply explaining is that there is given information. For example, the angle of parallax. Let me find my cursor. The angle of parallax right here is given. It's 0.76. So if you were to see a chart like this, you just know that this is, Jesus, where's my cursor? This is the angle of parallax. That means that's half the distance of the width of what you see, of, of the width of where you're from and looking at the star. Okay? All right. Secondly, the numbers on here. There is a formula. Don't worry about the formula. Just look at it and see if you can recognize what it is. Uh, but essentially, they're just giving you a sample of a formula of how to compute the distance. And these numbers are not going to be on the test. This kind of computation is not going to be on the test. If you listen to the one lecture, the main thing that she wants you to know about this simply is that this this number right here, whatever it happens to be, the degrees of the parallax angle, that is the critical factor in determining the distance to the object. Okay? All right. Um, if you needed, if you saw on the test and you needed to look at this or whatever, test, homework, or whatever it happens to be, this would be a reference guide of how it's computed. The distance is computed. There's always one over the 7.6, which was the parallax angle, and then that's that's basically divided by 7.76, and that would equal um, 1.32. And when you do that, 1.32, which is the answer to dividing 1 by 7.76, you take that and you multiply it by the parasec or the light years, which is 3.3. You multiply it by the parasec. And you multiply that, you get 4.29 light years to the planet. So it's basically this angle divided into the number 1. You can find the number 1. And take that number, all right, which is 1.32, and multiply it by a parasec. And that will tell you the full answer of how far the planet is. Okay? Yeah, I know it's a little convoluted. I tried to simplify it as best I can.